and welcome back to another episode of the NDE Files. Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the enigmatic world of near-death experiences. You see, ever since my own brush with the other side as a kid, life's been a series of questions that just keep piling up. I'm here to connect those dots, to decode the mysteries that have been following me around like a shadow. And hey, maybe you're tuning in because you're on a quest for answers too. Don't forget to hit subscribe and comment if you are enjoying the ride so far. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on a life that's like something out of a thriller novel. Meet Babe Warner, a 45-year-old Manhattan elite, an Upper East Side heiress who's lived a life so luxurious, it's almost surreal. She is the epitome of 1% wealth. She calls the infamous 740 Park Avenue building home. Trust me, this place is so exclusive, it's easier to crack a government conspiracy than to get accepted into this co-op. We're talking about a building that wouldn't even let in the likes of Madonna or Elon Musk. It's a haven for old money and the epitome of understated luxury. So how did Babe and I cross paths? Well, our lives intersected a few years back when I interned with her daughter. After a series of intriguing conversations, we both felt that sharing her story could be therapeutic for her and eye-opening for you. So, get ready to have your mind blown, because even those who seem to have it all are often missing the most important pieces of the puzzle. Without further ado, let's dive into Babe Warner's transformative experience. I'm your host, your favorite weirdo, Zoe, and I'm thrilled to take you on this ride. Here's the scene, as Babe tells it. This is about a decade ago. She's alone in her 10,000 square foot luxury sanctuary at 740 Park, a Manhattan fortress of solitude passed down from her late parents. The apartment is a living museum, filled with antiques and artifacts that whisper stories from a bygone era. The summer is over, and Babe has just closed up her Hamptons house after Labor Day. On this particular September day, the silence in her Manhattan apartment is deafening. Her twin daughters, Henrietta and Jennifer, are off mastering the academic world at Yale. Her ex-husband is likely tangled in a yoga pose with Amber, his new 30-year-old fiancée, who Babe still refers to as the homewrecker. Even Maria, Babe's housekeeper and the closest thing she has to a friend, is away celebrating her daughter's quinceañera. To herself, Babe thinks, "I'm always alone." She finds herself scrolling through her Facebook feed, each post a glaring reminder of the family and friendship she feels she's lost. The loneliness is palpable, a void that not even the most lavish brunch could fill. Her circle had dwindled down to almost no one, leaving her in a state of isolation that no brunch date could fix. But here's where the story takes an even darker twist. Reaching into a fur beaver jacket, a sentimental gift from her deceased mother, Babe pulled out a prescription bottle. OxyContin, the pill that promised an escape but delivered a nightmare. What began as a 40-milligram detour had spiraled into an 80-milligram abyss, all thanks to the Sackler family's pharmaceutical empire. Babe was trapped in a cycle of addiction, a prisoner in her own life, and she was desperate for the pangs of insecurity to just end. She doesn't know what she's going to do, but the future looks anything but bright. Dark and morbid plans start to form in her mind. Terrible thoughts, like envisioning her own funeral at Frank E. Campbell, the funeral chapel of Manhattan's elite. She even imagines her children, Henrietta and Jennifer, not caring if she's gone. She even imagines a New York Post headline that reads, "Heiress dies alone. No one cares." The thought of elegant Babe becoming clickbait itself is just so tragic. As Babe tells it, she rises from the ottoman in her living room, papers in hand, ready to pen some final goodbyes to her children. But then, something extraordinary happens. In her drug-addled state, she slips on the carpet, tumbling through midair, the back of her head crashing onto the marble floor. Lying there, gasping for air, she feels the blood pulsating from her head, pooling beside her. She knows this is the end. As she is crossing over, a triumphant, resounding bell echoes, and suddenly, Babe is transported. She feels herself lifted from her body, soaring through a tunnel of light, and finds herself standing before none other than Jesus Christ. "Welcome, Babe," he says, his voice a blend of compassion and authority. Jesus shows Babe two visions. First, she sees two contrasting rivers, one turbulent, sweeping people away toward an ominous waterfall, the other serene, where individuals float peacefully, their faces glowing as they sing hymns. Next, she witnesses a celestial garden, an angel locked in a struggle with a monstrous serpent that spews venom and dark shadows upon Earth. Finally, a grand hourglass appeared before her. The sands almost run out. Just as Babe wondered what this could mean, a divine hand flipped the hourglass, refilling it. God's voice resonated. "My daughter, I've turned the sands of time for people who deserve a second chance. You're not ready. People who fail to appreciate the blessings they have. Out of my infinite love, I offer you another opportunity to embrace gratitude and eternal life." And then, with a jolt, Babe finds herself back in her body, lying in a hospital bed. Her children and her housekeeper, Maria, by her side. She miraculously recovers, attributing her survival to this divine intervention. Over the years, the visions reoccur, reminding her of the message of rebirth and gratitude. Today, Babe's life is transformed. She sold her city apartment and Hampton's home, opting for a simpler life in the countryside. Babe isn't just a loving grandmother who spoils her grandchildren with love and wisdom. She became a pillar in her community, opening the Babe Warner Wellness Center, focused on holistic wellness. No longer consumed by the regrets of her past, the aging process, or the dissolution of her marriage, she focuses on the present moment and the blessings it holds. These visions were more than ethereal images. They were a divine reminder that our time here is limited. Babe now lives each day with a heightened sense of urgency and purpose, cherishing each moment as if the celestial hourglass could be flipped at any time. She's become a living testament to the transformative power of gratitude and faith, inspiring those around her to also look upwards and inwards, finding the divine in the everyday. Wow, what a ride, right? I hope Babe Warner's story has given you as much to ponder as it has for me. If you're as captivated by these near-death experiences as I am, feel free to comment and make sure you're subscribed to the NDE Files channel. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we've got coming up next. More mind-bending, soul-stirring stories that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about life, death, and what might lie beyond. So, until our next cosmic journey together, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, you're never truly alone.